The Bionic Woman, 1976–1978, was a groundbreaking sci-fi series that captivated viewers with action, emotion, and a powerful female lead. While the show remains a fan favorite decades later, not all of its stars were as invincible as their on-screen characters. In this video, we take a heartfelt look back at the talented actors who helped make the series a classic and who have sadly passed away. From key cast members to unforgettable guest stars, we honor their lives, careers, and the tragic losses that touched fans around the world. Join us as we remember the stars of the Bionic Woman who left us far too soon. Richard Anderson was born on August 8, 1926, and took on the role of Oscar Goldman in The Bionic Woman in 1976 at age 50. Oscar was the calm, strategic mind behind Jamie Summers' missions, blending paternal concern with governmental authority. Anderson's career was mostly steady, but behind the polished image lurked a more complicated reality, whispers on sets about his icy demeanor and subtle manipulation to maintain control surfaced among co-stars. His personal life, though outwardly respectable, was riddled with rumors of bitter divorces and strained family ties rarely publicized. Reports emerged of tense confrontations with younger actors, fueling a reputation as difficult despite his gentlemanly facade. Though no major scandals hit the press, insiders knew Anderson guarded his privacy fiercely to hide ongoing battles with loneliness and regret. He died on August 31, 2017, aged 91, of natural causes, leaving behind a legacy shadowed by the contrast between his public calm and private storms. Christopher Stone was born October 4, 1940, and played Jamie's lover Chris Williams starting in 1976 at age 36, the charming foil to Jamie's superhuman strength. Stone's promising career was shadowed by a string of personal missteps, a highly publicized divorce involving allegations of domestic violence and a messy custody battle painted him as volatile off-screen. Known for an escalating pattern of substance abuse and reckless behavior, Stone's backstage reputation was tainted by multiple incidents of on-set drunkenness and confrontations with co-stars, leading to strained professional relationships. His marriage to Dee Wallace also suffered under the weight of his instability, though they occasionally worked together. His sudden death from a heart attack on October 20, 1995, at age 55 stunned the industry, but those close to him knew it capped a tragic spiral fueled by demons that overshadowed his talent. Martin E. Brooks was born November 30, 1925, and portrayed Dr. Rudy Wells starting in 1976 at age 51, embodying the conflicted scientist torn between progress and ethics. While Brooks cultivated a quiet off-screen reputation, his career was marked by tense on-set clashes, notably with directors over script rewrites and creative control, which limited his opportunities beyond his signature role. Behind closed doors, Brooks struggled with the ghosts of his World War II service, leading to periods of withdrawal and depression that affected his relationships. Rumors of a tumultuous marriage circulated quietly, with allegations of infidelity and emotional distance from his children adding to his personal woes. Though publicly unblemished, his life contained fractures invisible to fans. He passed away peacefully on December 7, 2015, aged 90, but the man behind the calm doctor was more haunted than history shows. Martha Scott was born September 22, 1912, and played Helen Elgin in 1976 at age 64, the nurturing force behind Jamie Summers. Scott's public image of grace veiled a personal life filled with scandalous whispers of manipulative behind-the-scenes power plays in Hollywood, including disputes over casting and credits that earned her quiet enemies. Despite being lauded as a dignified matriarch, industry insiders spoke of her ruthless pursuit of influence and a sharp tongue that intimidated even top producers. Scott's marriage, though seemingly stable, was marked by long periods of separation and rumors of extramarital affairs, hidden beneath a veneer of respectability. Battling health issues late in life, she remained a formidable figure until her death on May 28, 2003, aged 90. With many remembering her more for the iron will beneath her gentle exterior than for her on-screen roles. Ford Rainey, born August 8, 1908, portrayed Jamie's stepfather Jim Elgin in 1976 at age 68, embodying steady kindness amidst turmoil. Yet, behind the grandfatherly charm was a man battling the shadows of failed marriages and estranged children, who few knew struggled with bitterness and loneliness late in life. Rainey's reputation as easygoing masked his known struggles with alcoholism, which reportedly strained professional relationships and led to at least one near dismissal during filming. His passion for beekeeping was said to be both a soothing hobby and a desperate retreat from an increasingly isolated existence. Rumors whispered of secret affairs and an inability to maintain long-term trust, contrasting with his screen warmth. He died on July 25, 2005, aged 96, after years of health decline exacerbated by his private demons, leaving a life quietly marred by hidden pain. Don Porter, born September 24, 1912, portrayed Dr. James Courtney in The Bionic Woman in 1976 at 64. Courtney was the calm, intellectual anchor amidst the chaos, a scientific mind that guided the teen with steady resolve. Porter's illustrious career spanned decades, yet he was no stranger to dark times. Behind his dignified facade lay years of battling a secret addiction to prescription drugs, initially to manage chronic pain from war injuries. His marriage was tumultuous, riddled with infidelity rumors and bitter separations that shocked close friends who had assumed his life was serene. Porter's reputation took a blow after whispered scandals suggested he used his influence to cover up incidents on set, including allegations of harassment by crew members, though none were ever publicly confirmed. He died from cancer on February 11, 1997 at 84, leaving behind a complex legacy shrouded in unspoken pain and whispered regrets. George Maharis, born September 1, 1928, took on Sergeant Bob Welton in The Bionic Woman in 1976 at 48. Welton was a hardened cop with a layered personality, tough but with hidden vulnerabilities. Maharis' public image was shattered by a notorious 1967 arrest on drug possession charges, which, combined with persistent rumors of erratic, self-destructive behavior, stained his career and alienated many in Hollywood. His personal life was marked by a series of failed relationships and reports of heavy drinking and drug abuse, exacerbated by his struggle with hepatitis, which he kept secret until late in life. Maharis was also dogged by accusations of being difficult on set, with several producers calling him unreliable and combative, leading to lost projects. Despite his undeniable talent, these scandals shadowed his final decades. He died from hepatitis complications on May 24, 2023, at age 94, closing a chapter marked by brilliance and tragedy. Dennis Patrick, born March 14, 1918, played the sly antagonist Carlton Harris in The Bionic Woman in 1976 at age 58. Harris was a smooth operator, manipulating others with cold precision, a role fitting Patrick's sharp, commanding presence. Despite over 1,800 TV appearances, Patrick's career was marked by a growing invisibility in Hollywood's darker circles. Behind the scenes, sources whisper of his secret battle with alcoholism that led to tense, sometimes explosive clashes on set, though these were carefully kept from the press. His private life was a lonely labyrinth of failed relationships, and rumors circulated of estrangement from his only son after a bitter dispute over inheritance. Though publicly respected for professionalism, insiders hint at a man who struggled with deep regret and isolation. Patrick's life ended tragically on October 13, 2002 at 84 in a house fire, a somber close to a man whose true turmoil was never fully known. John Houseman, born September 22, 1902, portrayed Dr. Franklin in The Bionic Woman in 1976 at 74. Franklin embodied wisdom and gravitas, much like Houseman himself, whose theatrical legacy loomed large. Yet, the man behind the accolades was fiercely private and reportedly ruthless in his pursuit of excellence, fostering intense rivalries with colleagues and students alike. His leadership at Juilliard was both revered and feared, with stories of cruel discipline and cutthroat politics circulating quietly among theater circles. Houseman's personal life was complicated by secretive affairs and strained marriages, with some alleging that his demanding nature extended into manipulative control over those close to him. Though his public persona was untarnished by scandal, whispers of his imperious temperament and relentless ambition painted a less flattering portrait. He died from spine cancer on October 31, 1988 at 86, a titan of culture whose shadows remain only partially revealed. Lew Ayres, born December 28, 1908, portrayed the thoughtful and philosophical Dr. Elijah Cooper in The Bionic Woman in 1977 at age 69, embodying calm wisdom and a pacifist worldview. Ayres's personal convictions, however, sparked deep controversy during World War II when he publicly declared himself a conscientious objector, an act that branded him unpatriotic and led to Hollywood blacklisting. Though he later served as a medic and chaplain's aide to redeem his image, the stigma lingered, causing lasting damage to his career and personal reputation. Behind this, his marriages were turbulent, marked by accusations of infidelity and emotional distance, with gossip columns hinting at secret, scandalous affairs that remained unspoken in official biographies. His struggles with alcohol in later years worsened his isolation, and despite attempts at spiritual redemption, he battled loneliness and inner conflict until his death on December 30, 1996 at 88. Ayres's life was a complex tapestry of conviction, backlash, and personal torment, revealing the high cost of standing apart in a conformist industry. Skip Homeier, born October 5, 1930, portrayed the skeptical chief investigator Gregory in The Bionic Woman in 1976 at age 46, often clashing with Jamie's unconventional methods. Despite an outwardly quiet career free from public scandal, Homeier's private life was deeply troubled. A child star turned character actor, he battled lifelong depression and substance abuse that severely affected his career trajectory, causing erratic behavior, missed opportunities, and sudden withdrawals from projects. Friends recounted his ruthless manipulation of industry contacts to protect his declining career, along with a volatile temper that alienated those around him. His multiple failed marriages included allegations of emotional neglect and cruelty towards his children, contributing to lasting estrangement. Homeier's death from spinal myelopathy on June 25, 2017 at 86 brought an end to a life marked by personal pain and hidden darkness, far removed from the public eye. James Olsen, born October 8, 1930, played the enigmatic Rod Kyler in The Bionic Woman in 1977 at age 47, a character marked by charm and unsettling ambiguity. Olsen's career was steady yet unremarkable, shadowed by private upheavals that rarely surfaced publicly. His personal life was marred by a highly public and acrimonious divorce involving accusations of emotional abuse and bitter child custody battles, which fractured his family relationships irreparably. Industry insiders reported Olsen's volatile temperament, sometimes fueled by substance misuse, which alienated directors and colleagues and led to lost roles at critical moments. Despite shunning the limelight, rumors persisted of clandestine affairs and reckless behavior that threatened to derail his career entirely. Olsen's passing on April 17, 2022 at 91 quietly closed the chapter on a man whose dedication to craft belied a turbulent, troubled personal life largely hidden from public view. John Riley, born November 11, 1934, took on the mysterious and morally ambiguous role of Homeier in The Bionic Woman in 1977 at age 43, a fitting match for his nuanced acting style. Publicly respected and beloved as a soap opera veteran, Riley's personal life concealed a much darker reality. Those close to him spoke of his erratic temper, fueled by chronic pain and untreated bipolar disorder, which led to frequent on-set conflicts and alienation from colleagues. His marriage was riddled with infidelity and separations, culminating in a painful custody battle that estranged him from his children. Rumors also circulated about verbal abuse and power struggles behind the scenes, painting a picture of a man struggling to maintain control amid inner chaos. His death from a heart attack on January 9, 2021 at 86 marked the end of a career admired by fans but shadowed by decades of private turmoil and fractured family ties. Roger Perry, born May 7, 1933, portrayed the composed scientist Dr. Thomas Tharp in The Bionic Woman in 1976 at age 43, a role showcasing his subtle authority. Perry's respectable public image concealed a tempestuous private world. His marriage to actress Joyce Bulifant, often portrayed as stable, was fraught with infidelities and harsh arguments that fueled ongoing Hollywood gossip. Known behind the scenes for his controlling behavior and abrasive clashes with younger actors, Perry's reputation was complicated by a long-hidden gambling addiction that drained his finances and trust. Despite these struggles, he maintained a veneer of professionalism, though close friends revealed his manipulative tendencies and emotional volatility. His death from prostate cancer on July 12, 2018 at 85 exposed the fragility of a life spent managing public perception while wrestling with private demons, revealing a man whose charm and intellect masked a darker, unstable core. Jim McMullen, born October 13, 1936, took on the role of Casey in The Bionic Woman in 1976 at age 40. Casey was the charming, suave agent whose polished exterior concealed a murky moral flexibility, mirroring McMullen's own complicated path through Hollywood. Though publicly admired for his artistic pursuits as an architect and painter, McMullen's career was repeatedly derailed by allegations of on-set misconduct and strained relations with co-stars who accused him of manipulative behavior and controlling tendencies. His personal life was equally tumultuous, marked by a series of high-profile, acrimonious divorces fueled by infidelity rumors and bitter custody battles that exposed a darker side to the man behind the charisma. Friends privately spoke of his obsessive control over his image in moments of violent temper, particularly when career setbacks intensified his insecurities. His final years were overshadowed by a declining health battle with ALS and leukemia, which he faced largely in isolation. McMullen passed away on May 31, 2019, aged 82, from complications of these illnesses. Bernard Behrens, born September 28, 1926, appeared as Beaumont in The Bionic Woman in 1977 at age 51. Beaumont's refined intellect and calm exterior belied a man who wrestled fiercely with inner demons. Barren's distinguished career was repeatedly disrupted by long, unexplained absences, later attributed to struggles with severe depression and chronic alcoholism, a side of the actor carefully hidden from the public. His personal relationships crumbled under the weight of his unpredictable moods and episodes of self-isolation, culminating in a scandalous but quiet separation from his wife after accusations of emotional cruelty surfaced within their private circle. Industry insiders recalled his infamous backstage outbursts and reputation as a tyrant on set, behaviors that led to blacklisting in certain theatrical circles. Despite his talent and eloquence, his life was marked by loneliness and regret. He passed away on September 19, 2012, aged 85, succumbing to complications related to dementia, leaving behind a career shadowed by unresolved pain. Katherine Helmont, born July 5, 1929, portrayed Dr. Harkins in The Bionic Woman in 1977 at age 48. Harkins was the epitome of sharp intellect and poised sophistication, yet Helmont's real life concealed a labyrinth of emotional struggles and controversial choices. A master of reinvention, she battled a hidden addiction to prescription drugs and periods of severe anxiety that often disrupted productions, fueling rumors of unreliability. Her personal life was marred by a long, fraught marriage ending in scandalous allegations of emotional manipulation and infidelity, alongside secretive relationships that shocked those who thought they knew her. Helmont's embrace of Buddhism was seen by some as an attempt to escape her inner turmoil rather than a true spiritual awakening. Known for clashing with directors and an infamous feud with a co-star that nearly derailed a major series, her legacy is a mix of brilliance shadowed by personal chaos. She died on February 23, 2019, aged 89, from complications of Alzheimer's disease, her true story whispered in Hollywood's darker corners. Veto Scotty, born January 26, 1918, played Romero in The Bionic Woman in 1976 at age 58. Romero's eccentric and colorful nature echoed Scotty's off-screen persona, but beneath his jovial mask lay a tumultuous and scandal-strewn personal life rarely seen by fans. Despite his prolific career, Scotty was notorious in Hollywood for his fiery temper and habitual clashes with directors and fellow actors, often fueled by heavy drinking and gambling debts that threatened his financial stability. His numerous affairs, including with high-profile celebrities, sparked whispered rumors of infidelity that fractured his 3 marriages and led to multiple bitter divorces. Hollywood gossip columns hinted at secret manipulations and behind-the-scenes scheming to secure roles, painting a picture of a man as cunning as he was charismatic. Scotty died on June 5, 1996, aged 78, from lung cancer, leaving behind a legacy as vibrant and troubled as the characters he portrayed. Melinda O. Fee, born October 7, 1942, appeared as Tammy Cross in The Bionic Woman in 1977 at age 35. Tammy's confident and poised demeanor masked the turmoil behind Fee's polished screen image. Known for her elegant presence, Fee's career suffered from persistent rumors of volatile behavior on set, incidents of sharp tempers and cutthroat competitiveness that unsettled cast members. Beyond Hollywood, her private life was a mosaic of heartbreak and secrecy. Whispers of a clandestine affair with a powerful producer circulated for years, fueling tabloid speculation that ultimately blacklisted her from major roles. Fee's struggle with alcoholism was well hidden but whispered among insiders, a coping mechanism for anxiety and loneliness intensified by her complicated relationship with her famous mother. Her passing on March 24, 2020, from a stroke at age 77, closed a chapter marked by talent shadowed by silent battles and untold scars. Jing, born November 30, 1931, portrayed the stern Chief Inspector Hansen in The Bionic Woman in 1976 at age 45. Hansen's no-nonsense attitude was a perfect fit for Jing's real-life tough guy image shaped by his Marine service and football career. Yet beneath his disciplined exterior, Jing's life was marked by painful marital failures and estranged children who publicly criticized his absentee fatherhood. Industry insiders knew him as a man prone to harsh criticism and occasional bouts of heavy drinking that strained professional relationships. Several co-stars recalled tense on-set clashes fueled by his controlling demeanor and stubbornness. While his public image remained mostly clean, whispers of behind-the-scenes conflicts and personal regrets painted a more complex portrait. Jing died on September 9, 2022, at age 90, leaving behind a legacy shaped by both resilience and unresolved family wounds. Rebecca Balding, born September 21, 1948, appeared as Parker in The Bionic Woman in 1976 at age 28. Parker's spirited and resourceful traits echoed Balding's real-life vivacity, but her personal life was fraught with hidden pain and scandal. Her marriage to director James L. Conway was famously stormy, plagued by infidelity allegations on both sides and public legal battles that revealed disturbing family conflicts. Friends confided that Balding struggled with bouts of deep depression, exacerbated by estrangement from her only child, who distanced themselves amid ongoing familial strife. Behind the warm, charming public image was a woman grappling with serious health anxieties, relying heavily on prescription medications to manage chronic pain and anxiety, details only revealed in private circles. Despite her professional success, her life was overshadowed by a slow decline in health culminating in her death from ovarian cancer on July 18, 2022, at age 73, leaving behind a bittersweet legacy of talent and concealed suffering. Annette Charles, born March 5, 1948, played Alora in The Bionic Woman in 1976 at age 28. Elora's mystique was a fitting echo of Charles's own life, which blended glamour with persistent hardship. Known widely for her role as Cha-Cha in Grease, Charles battled serious lung disease throughout her career but often concealed the severity to maintain work. Her off-screen life was complicated by erratic behavior, including confrontations with directors and co-stars, reportedly fueled by frustrations with typecasting and health-related limitations. Her personal relationships were stormy, featuring brief marriages and public disputes fueled by jealousy and substance use issues. Despite these struggles, Charles reinvented herself later as a university professor, dedicating herself to education and mentoring others. She died from lung cancer on August 3, 2011, at age 63, leaving a legacy of artistic resilience shadowed by health battles and personal trials. Who is your favorite character in The Bionic Woman? How do you feel knowing that the actors have passed away? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss future videos. Thank you so much.